Hello there. Just wanted to make a video. There's a chap that I watch, and I've watched him for a few years now, and he's brilliant. He's absolutely amazing, and he's Richard Vobes, and he does a series of different programs. He does a live on a Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday, I believe it is, and he also does produces videos throughout the week, which are absolutely brilliant. You've got to go and chase him up. You must go and have a look at his channel and subscribe to it. It's amazing work that he does. Good. Sorry about that interruption from Fox. So the thing about Richard is I find that his work very much strikes a chord with me. And he's made a video today, and the video is "We're losing too much." I think, excuse me, it's not verbatim, but I think that's the general gist of it. And he says in the video that he feels that as he gets older, his wants seem to be less and much more simple than they used to be as they were when he was younger. So the bright things, the up-to-date things, the must-have things are things that he finds that he doesn't want anymore. He wants to concentrate more on those things that were, things that are more important than the material objects of this world. So history and old-fashioned things like a cup of tea or a pot of tea and stuff like that. And it's made me ruminate because I feel very much in step with what he says. I myself feel that the world is moving too fast for me, and that things are changing at such a rate of knots. I'm kind of constantly being one step behind it and dropping further behind it the further in we go. And I find that I ruminate more on history and those small important things. I agree with him totally. And this is why I have such a love, and I guess it could be bordering on madness of wanting to drink up our history, preserve our history, and preserve our traditions and way of life, which he seems to be losing at a rapid rate. I don't like the way the world's changing. I'm sure a lot of people don't, but as he says, is it an age thing? Is it just some things we mature? Do we change? Do our views on the world change? Does our outlook change? Do we change to looking for those things, those simple things? And I think that could be the case. And I often say, to people jokingly, I'm not made for this century. I'm really not. And I genuinely think that I'm not. I think that I was probably best suited to maybe 150, 200 years ago, when things were simple and base, and I could get through. I could be in sync with the world. And it just frightens me that we're losing more and more of our history, more and more of our culture as time progresses. And it's terrifying. For example, he says that he was going to go on a walk, because he does lots of walks, very interesting, very informative. And he was going to go on a walk to an area where they're looking at building houses. So in effect, they're putting in a new village. And of course, that's going to drastically change the landscape. And anything that was beautiful, historical there, is just going to be lost. It's going to be lost in the echoes of time. And these are things that really resound with me, because that's exactly how I feel. And it's sad, it's frightening. I get melancholy quite a lot, more so now than I used to when I was younger. Although I've always been a little bit conservative in that respect. I've always felt those wants in me, that history is so important, that our traditions and way of life are so important, which is why I go seeking them, and which is probably why I do a lot of paranormal investigation and ghost hunting. It's not just to speak to spirits of those that have gone before, but it's to hopefully make contact with that lost time and maybe build a connection up there that will help me to be more understanding and will help me to feel more at home. I'm looking for something that's lost, in effect. And that's why I do it. I'm sure that's why I do it. As much as trying to contact those that have gone before, it's contacting history. It's keeping that link with history. And that's why I do it. I think that's exactly why I do it. Apart from the fact that, yeah, I just enjoy looking for the answers to what happens after we shuffle off this mortal coil, as it were. But I don't know. And the older I get, the more I ruminate on those things, I think it becomes stronger in me. It becomes almost like a personal search. And it worries me that as we lose those traditions, as we lose the landscape, that we're going to, it's irretrievable. We're never going to get those things back. And we're losing so much. And in effect, we're losing ourselves. And it worries me. But please go on to Richard's channel. Richard Vobes, it's fantastic. You won't be sorry, I promise you. And if you're anything like me, you're going to absolutely love it. Yeah, just go on there, give him a sub, watch a few of his lives. Very, very funny, very, very entertaining, very, very gifted and talented man. And he's got quite a large following. So, yeah, I really, really like Richard Vobes, and I like his channels, and I love his work because, as I say, strikes that chord with me. So Hazel's coming in now. I'm going to get it in the neck for just not doing the washing up. So I'll speak to you in a bit.